Well, okay, so my name is Nneka Ibuna. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I've been into music for professionally for about 7 years. Released a couple of albums, just dropped my third record, Soul is Heavy, and right now I'm in Berlin, about to perform.
Hi Nneka, nice to meet you. Your new record Soul is Heavy was released a few weeks ago, so how do you feel about the reaction so far?
Well, it's been quite positive, I must say, performing in different places, performing in on this tour. We've been on tour for about 2 weeks now, traveling different countries, and it's been quite a positive reception up till now. I don't know about the album sales yet, but I hope it will be okay.
Okay, so do you care about the album sales, or is it just important to you to make music?
Obviously, you have people behind you who care about the album sales, and if you do not sell, your career goes down. So somehow, somewhere, you would end up being concerned. I mean, I'm not that person that is. I don't have that in the forefront of my head because I'm very passionate about my music. So I wouldn't put the sales and the business aspect of music first.
Okay, so I read a lot of reviews about your albums, and some people said that this is your best album. So I wondered, yes, they really like it, I think. What is the difference between Soul is Heavy and your other albums? What do you think makes people think that this is your best album?
I think I'm kind of surprised when people say that. Maybe obviously we all evolve, we all grow, and I think due to the fact that I've been traveling a lot, I've seen different other musicians, how they perform, how they interact with one another, being on tour with Nas and Damian, being on tour with The Roots, these big names, Lenny Kravitz. You pick up things, when you watch them and how they maintain sanity in this business, because it's really not easy. And on the other hand, you're confronted with your own challenges, your own demons. How am I going to make this? How am I going to be able to go another day again on tour, perform the same song? Or there are other challenges that come, and since I'm a person that I'm quite I'm a troubled soul, if I can say that. I think that is what keeps me going. That is what makes me do music. If I was not troubled, I wouldn't have anything to say. And if the world were to be a very peaceful, tranquil place, I don't think I'll have anything to sing about. And maybe this time around, Soul is Heavy is very close to, it's very pure. It is almost as if I didn't filter any of my emotions. I just, released the record the way I felt. I don't care about the sales. I don't care if I have another heartbeat. I don't, it's just me. It's just raw, and that's how it is.
So it's real Nneka, real you. So it's you already said that your music is full of your personality, so it's you. But I wondered how being a musician changed you as a person.
Maybe being a musician has kind of made me be more conscious and more cautious to a certain degree. Maybe sometimes too cautious which prevents you from living life and taking risks. But I'm trying to find a sort of a balance between knowing certain things and just doing like if you don't know them, so that you're able to just live your life. Yeah, I think I'm more careful.
Because everything you do is watched all over the world, or?
No. Not. It's not about the eyes. It's not about the eyes. It's not about the people. I've never. That is not a big deal. I mean, obviously, it's a big deal for how you treat people. Yeah. That's one of the biggest challenges in life. You know, you have to watch how you interact with people, how you talk to people. That's the most important thing, because you make them. If you make somebody feel bad and you don't know about that, then that's not right. But it has nothing to do with that. I mean, somehow, somewhere, it does have to do with how you make people feel, but not necessarily all eyes on me, or if I do this, people start thinking this way. No, it's not that. I am more conscious and more cautious because of God.
Okay. So your relationship to God is always the most important for you everywhere you go, or?
It is, it is important. Fact is, I wouldn't say that I have always been on a very straight road with God. There was a time where God was there, but it was not like it used to be in the past. And I think I'm now back to a place where I am good with God.
Cool, that's beautiful. So let's come back to your music. Your music is soul music, but it's very conscious, as you already said. And when I think about soul music, I often think about love songs and stuff like that. So the typical soul song is a love song, I think. So how does it fit to be conscious, to do a conscious kind of music and sing song in soul music?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it just comes naturally. And for music to be considered as soul, actually, you have to be connected to what you're singing, which means you have to be. It's most of the topics that that make a song become a soul song are topics that are realistic, that happen like on a day-to-day basis. Heartbreak, maybe how people feel because of political leaders. You know, it's real. Soul music is real music, real emotions, and spiritual at the same time. And I think my music automatically is that way because it all comes naturally.
Yeah. Okay, so how does a typical Nneka song occur? Do you write the text first and then the music, or is there a typical work process you're in when you record?
It varies. Sometimes I have the song written down already. I don't have the melody yet. Sometimes I have the melody and then eventually the words come. The noise, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have the melody and then the words come eventually, and at times I just pick up the guitar and strum and then the words come eventually. You know, it varies. And at times I go into the studio and Fahad is with a beat, or he's doing a beat, and then I feel, okay, sounds nice. Let's do it, you know. Yeah.
So how was it like to work with Black Thought and Miss Dynamite for your album?
I must say both artists are very strong, very authentic, also very easy to approach, simple, humble. And I think that is one thing that makes an artist an artist. Humility is the key.
Yeah, okay.
And I believe every word they say. When they sing, when they speak, I believe. I trust that it is real, it's not fake. And that's exactly why I chose Black Thought. I chose Dynamite.
So is there anyone else you would like to have for the album when you recorded it?
Oh, there were many other people, but fact is time and, but I wouldn't mention those names. But probably we might end up working together.
Yeah, it might already come. Do you think that you don't need so many feature parts? Because, I'm from a hip-hop magazine, and in hip-hop music it's typical to have like thousands of features on an album, and in my opinion the artist that recorded the album gets lost when there are so many features. So what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's important that you maintain your identity. You can do a mixtape to promote your album. I did a mixtape with J Period, and that's like a mixtape with different artists on your tracks. I think that is a better approach than just bombarding your record with all sorts of features, because then, like you said, the message might get lost, and even some other artists that you're featuring might not even understand what you're saying, especially if you're not in the same studio recording. If it's via MP3 and you send the file down.
It's okay.
Okay.
The mic is quite
anyway, good. Okay,
Yeah.
so
No problem.
yeah.
So you toured a lot and worked with so many artists, traveled all around the world. And was there any experience you made that totally changed your mind, or a situation where you thought, "Oh my God, the world is crazy," or stuff like that? Hard question, I know.
Yeah, Nas and Damian tour was a very inspiring tour. Meeting Nas,
yeah.
that's like wow, and getting to know what is behind his mind, his motive of doing music. I mean, even if I spend just a little while with him, I understood the spirit is similar to what I feel, and that kind of, I think that's where we connected most. And then of course meeting Damian Marley's posse, everybody around him. Some people were there at the time Bob Marley was still alive. Most of the people around him knew Bob Marley, and that energy. There was one man, there's an elderly man who was always around, and he always would take me to the side and advise me. And I kind of felt like if I was back home in Africa almost, where I was at the shrine, in Fela's shrine, and I had an elderly man also advise me and tell me, listen, you need to preserve telling me about energies, telling me about protecting my heart, telling me about, different things, special things. And that connection was very, it was very intense and showed me how similar people are,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think if you didn't get all the experiences and saw so many things of the world? Maybe if you just was a normal girl growing up in Germany or stuff like that, who would you be? What do you think would you be like? So because I think your experiences made you who you are now.
I think I would pretty much be the same person.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, I would, because all this has never really meant not all that glitters is gold, and I've never been somebody who wants to be in the limelight. And since I grew up in a place like Nigeria, and have that background, I've been able to go through what I went through in my past, and I still carry it on my shoulder till today. I think, I don't know, I think I will have similar motivation in life. I would be a passionate person, even if I wouldn't sing. I know I would do my job very well, whatever job it would be. And I know I'll be one of the best at doing that job.
Yeah, cool. So I saw your video for My Home, for the new single, and it was very very cool. But you are in a lot of different roles there. Like you play a garbage girl and stuff like that. So who had the idea for the video?
I did again, and the problem is I wasn't. But the fact is, with my videos, I always have these big, massive ideas, and you're not able to put all that information within 3 minutes and 50 seconds. It's almost like a short movie. And My Home, to be honest with you, I didn't get it right.
Okay.
Like it was not the way I personally wanted it to be. It was so much of information and nice pictures, and we had very short time to do the song and to do the video. But the idea basically is about stepping into different roles, showing. If you look properly, it is about the conflict diamonds actually, and how the diamond moves from one place to the next, and what it has caused, the conflict, the battle, and then the instability of the African mind. Searching. My home is not necessarily based on geographical home, but the freedom, or the search for freedom of the mind, and freeing yourself from the bondage of mental slavery, that we can only be what we want to be by identifying ourselves through another person, the West, and that is not true.
Wow. Yes. So let's come to the end very slowly. I think my time is up. So when I told people I'm going to interview you and meet you, they said, "Oh, cool, Nneka, Heartbeat." This was the one people always thought of. So if you could choose one song to represent you as an artist, which one would it be of you? Just one song.
Yes. Soul is Heavy.
Soul is Heavy. Okay. Cool. So I will say when I meet these guys again, so Nneka, not Heartbeat, Soul is Heavy. Okay. So you're going to do a great show tonight, I guess. So what can we expect of this show? What would it be like?
Just me, myself, and I. Being myself, being complicated, being simple. 5-piece band, and we're giving all our love and our passion, our experience, our emotions.
Cool. Yeah. So yes, thank you so much for the interview, and I would give the last words to you, so you can say to your fans whatever you want.
Okay. Maybe a shout out to you guys. Would be great. Okay, hello everybody. This is Nneka on webspot.de. I hope you are inspired, and I hope you stay focused regardless of all the madness on the planet. Find your sanity within the madness. Peace out.